Kieran, do you know we had a new podcast that came out a couple days ago? I stand my point.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll put an
Yes.
article together.
It's great. It's a really educational and resourceful piece of content that I'm excited for our listeners to explore and enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we could save that and use that for so many
Like a
things.
poster.
Just
Poster quote.
Yeah.
Damn straight. Yeah. It's
Do you want to guess what it is? Do you want to see if you? No.
No,
Let's play-
Kieran
let's-
knows what it is.
I know what it is already. Like, come on, guys. Let's just
Do you?
fucking- Yeah. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
believe it. Yes, no questions. You get 5. What's that game called? Oh, I can't remember.
Isn't it just 20 questions?
20 questions. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Is it a podcast? Yes.
Is it is it a podcast about movies and TV shows?
Yes.
Is it comic book related?
Yes.
Is it about the DC universe?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's called.
The same thing as our Marvel podcast, but the DC version. All new
Yes.
DC cast.
Yes.
Huzzah!
Would you subscribe to that, Kieran?
Yeah, he listened to the first episode. What are
Yeah,
we talking
I was on the first episode. We were talking about how I wasn't on it. Sorry, I was listening to it. I was just very quiet the whole time. It was solid. It was talking about your aspirations and hopes for the up and coming DC rebooted universe. Hoping for James Gunn stuff. Maybe maybe a bit about Superman. There was
Good idea.
Good idea.
there was like the news that Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl are going to be in the TV show Peacemaker season 2. They're going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get around to that.
Or in other words, you could have just started with like a rewatch of Superman and start with the 1978 Superman movie.
What app did you just find that on?
Just you know what, if you need to know anything about Explosion Network, hop on to explosionnetwork.com, press the little lines, go to our podcasts and just scroll through the list and they'll link you to all the podcasts we have done, will do, and have stopped doing.
There you go. I feel like that's just a promotion there. Just cut
Yeah,
that
boom.
out. Yeah.
Just fucking
That'll be
bang.
the TikTok this week.
What really it shows audience members is just how much information my colleagues keep from me and do not include me in. I get offered, hey, Kieran, would you like to be a part of this DC podcast? No, didn't get that. Didn't even get a chance to turn that down and say, no, not too interested in that. No, just nothing. Just turned up to a podcast recording, hop into the recording. No, hello. No, how you doing, Kieran? How's your weekend been? No, it was the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown of recording starting. And it was interrogation straight away of, do I know about the new podcast? As you've heard, we're now all caught up to date with how I'm feeling.
You passed.
Betrayed.
Yeah, betrayed. 100% betrayed. Yep. Yeah, very much betrayed. Yep.
I don't feel anything because it's not my podcast, so I don't feel bad for not asking you. So
Yeah, well. Yep. Yeah, it's an Ashley Hobley thing. I bet I bet Ashley was gonna ask me, he just kept procrastinating it. And then it was too late.
I mean, you don't watch any Marvel anymore, so far I didn't think you'd watch any DC.
Well, I hope, believe.
So you've
Hope
seen
and
those
believe.
Thunderbolts?
You mean the other title for that movie? And I was thinking about seeing it later today, actually, because we're not recording tonight. So
Oh, damn. Did you get more interested when the new title came out?
no, if somewhat, I was almost less interested with the new title. So I was like, oh, okay.
it doesn't ruin the movie, but it's definitely like
What? I don't think it's a spoiler. The first Avengers movie is called The Avengers. They don't become the Avengers till the end of the movie.
Yeah, but to call this group of people the new Avengers is not great.
Yeah, but I would say it's when we watched it, when it got to the moment where someone says that line right at the end of the movie, and like how it happens. If you know it's coming, even if you don't know that's the moment, I think it sort of like won't make it as funny.
Okay,
You'll hear it different, but you won't know because you weren't.
Yeah,
you'll never know.
Also, I like how we're still not saying it, even though it's on the fucking posters and trailers now. We're still like that title.
Well, people can't search for showtimes under that title.
Can they?
No, I had to like.
Everywhere
even when
is
I was
still
looking
technically Thunderbolts asterisks.
With the asterisks.
Because I just randomly had Rotten Tomatoes open. It's like it's the new poster, but underneath it says Thunderbolts.
What's been happening in your world this week, Kieran?
It's been a busy week. Just busy week of work and not much. You know, life has settled into the routine of work for the day, exhausted, come home, contemplate playing a video game, decide, no, I'm not going to do that, and then fall asleep.
You know what I started doing? Vitamins.
Whoa. Is that helping?
I feel like it was. Like I wasn't getting enough vitamins.
Like a multivitamin or a specific types of
multivitamin. Like if I spend because I was like, when I was waking up in the morning going, I'm struggling to get out of bed, like, and just my energy levels low and stuff like that. And without going to a doctor because I fucking don't want to do that, I was like, I spend most of the time inside. Like I'm at work, I'm inside. I walk into work, it's barely sun. I'm inside all day. Come out, it's nighttime. So I'm like, I'm definitely missing something there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I started taking some multivitamins. So I feel like that's got my energy levels up a little bit better. There's my life advice for this week. This podcast gives
gamer subs with the discount code. No,
is that actually what they are? Like vitamin drinks?
No, gamer subs are just fucking caffeine.
Is that all it is?
It's gamer subs is just caffeine and crap. Yeah, no, it's not good. It ain't good for you.
Why do they call them game? Why do they promote them like they're?
It's the same thing as the gaming
Powerade for gamers.
It's the same thing as
the same thing when they put RGB lights on anything.
Yeah, or like a gamer chair, where it's like they're not actually that great for you in terms of like back support or like ergonomics or anything, but they're cool and so they're a gamer chair, so they can slap an extra, a higher price on it.
So it's literally just. You've never like tried to piece it together. So instead of like Red Bull promoting a streamer,
which Red Bull do promote streamers.
Okay.
Like,
so it's just the same thing. It's just
the same thing. Drink. Yeah, it's just a caffeine powdered based drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And they're generally crap. It's the same as G Fuel. Like it's just crap. It's not actually that great for you.
Talking about caffeine, I'll tell you what, my 24-hour trip to Melbourne that I'll obviously talk a little bit more about the playing the Switch 2 on Arcade Couch, but I live to regret my choices on that one because waking up at 4 a.m. to catch a flight and then getting back. My plane landed at 10:30 p.m. By the time I got home, it's like 11 or whatever. I was cooked. I was like, who made these decisions? And it felt like I've never actually done a
2 flights one day.
Yeah, like I've done 2 flights one day, but
trip.
not like a round trip before. I've never done a round trip to Melbourne before. I've always stayed at least one night, right? So it just felt very weird and just like going there, feeling like I'd spent entire day in Melbourne because I was doing so much walking around and whatever else.
Because even the thing is, you were at like near Rod Laver again, weren't you?
I was at Rod Laver. I was at Centerpiece, which is the building that they connect the. Because
I was like, when the picture you took, I'm like, that's like Rod Laver. Like that's pretty much right where we were walking past. For IEM.
I said to someone, I can't remember, Paul James. I think I was like, I was here like two weeks ago. I'm just like living at Rod Laver. I said something. I was like, I'm living at Rod Laver Arena at the moment, but I've never attended a single sporting event here.
Well, they don't do sporting events at Rod Laver.
Yeah,
that's Michael Caine Arena. And then whatever. Yeah. There's nothing at Rod Laver. Rod Laver is literally just for smaller concerts and like events and shows.
They
It
literally
was-
play the Australian
Oh,
Open
fucking tennis. Duh. Tennis is at Rod Laver. That's like the only thing. It's
I
the
think the
only
tennis-
thing. Okay,
There's lots of tennis
yep.
courts around there.
Yeah, tennis.
Yeah.
Tennis, yeah, okay. That happens like once a year. And I don't think about it till like December when they start advertising it again.
I don't think about it at all. When I was leaving Saturday, there was all these girls in very similar dress clothing walking around, and I was trying to work out what it was for. And I'm pretty sure it was a what's that girl's name? Gracie.
Was it the Gracie Abrams concert?
Yeah, Gracie Abrams concert is what I presume
No
it
idea
was.
who that is.
She's how do I describe? She's like
She's JJ Abrams' daughter,
no,
but she's a musician.
no, that's.
Was that wrong?
I mean, yeah, it's. I was trying to.
No, it's not.
Trying to think of
Or
how
is
to
it niece?
describe. I'm trying to. I don't know if it's. I think it's a niece.
Is there a family connection?
She's like a Taylor Swift, but newer. Is that a fair? I don't know.
Yeah. Sure.
She's like the
Is she
No,
like
her dad's
somewhat-
JJ Abrams.
Is it dad? I thought it was
Yeah.
like. Okay.
She's like in the same ballpark as like Sabrina Carpenter, just not as
Yeah.
big at the moment.
No, Sabrina Carpenter's way bigger.
She's on that Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo level
Ah,
of new artists.
Okay.
Mm. It's like indie pop, I guess.
Okay.
Why do you look so confused?
Well, I wouldn't call like Sabrina Carpenter indie pop. Sabrina Carpenter is just
Yeah,
Early Sabrina Carpenter.
it's just
Yeah.
pop.
Sabrina Carpenter's just pop now. Yeah, I guess.
I'm sure
I'm
you've
sure-
heard her. You
Yeah,
just
I'm
don't
sure you
realize.
would have heard her on the radio
Most
or
likely.
something. Does your work play radio?
No, well, yes, but I control it.
Okay,
It's a
You just put it
Spotify
on radio?
playlist, so
Spotify. Okay, maybe not then. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that was on because as I was like seeing, because it was that thing where all the girls were like in the same outfit basically. And then I hop on the tram and I'm like Googling what's on in Melbourne and it's like Gracie Abrams. I'm like, I'm assuming that was what that was, but wasn't as hectic as that one time. I think it was at PAX last year where there was a fucking Olivia Rodrigo concert on at the same time. And I remember I went to catch a tram at some point and it was just like hectic.
Got shirts everywhere.
Yeah, glitter shirts everywhere, glitter faces everywhere and whatever. Yeah, so, goes around, comes around. What the fuck was I going to say about my flight? Oh, thank God. So, I was very glad on this trip though, because when I finished up, so I finished the event. I leave at 5. So it finished at 5:30. Right, my flight wasn't until 8:20 or 8:30 or something like that. So I still had a bit of time, but not enough time to like do anything. I'd already, of course, preemptively looked and been like, what are the movie times? Could I make any movie time work? And it's like, no, it just wasn't.
No.
I would have had to have like
Yeah, it would have had to have been a cinema at
the airport.
airport.
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. And then everything else was starting at like 6:15 anyway. I'm like, well, that's too late. I needed something like right next to me or at the cinema. I needed something next to Rod Laver starting at 5:45 or something at the cinema starting at like 6 or, you know what I mean? Like I had just no time. But I was very glad. I've never had to use one of these before, but when my my Virgin membership got put up to silver, because all I do is fly Virgin now, right? I can't remember if I said this. I only fly
We were talking about this
Virgin.
with
Commit to the one
Airline, yeah.
airline, get the points and whatnot, right? So I got my silver membership thing last year or whatever, and you can use the business lounge twice, even if you're not flying the business. But I did that whole awkward thing where you like walk up to the counter and I'm like, hey, I think I read an email when I got this that says like do this, and she's like, yeah, you get 2 a year. I'm like, okay, cool. Can I do that then? And she's like, yeah, you just scan your card there. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, all right. So that was really, because then I was like, thank God. And this is where one of those times where I'm like, when you've got I had like nothing to do. I'm like, thank God I could like chill in there for like 2 hours, because sitting in the difference between, and this is the most, I know it's like, oh, business then, but if you walk past that corridor where everyone's just like sitting there and it looks like a combination of normal people, normal person. I'm pretty sure that's a homeless person in the airport asleep on the couch, normal person, but like it's a very mix of just like what the fuck is going on here. There's always people walking past, noise, and like there's no tables or anything. It's just shit. So it's like sit there. You sit in the food court where there's just hustle and bustle everywhere. And then, or you go sit at your gate, which you can't because you're super early. So then you're taking up a seat for someone else, and then walk in there, and I'm just like, oh, nice. Got to plug my laptop in, sit a thing, write my article, get the free coffee, the free food. Very well, very well. I have no regrets about this decision. Yeah, so that was good. Also, of a note I had from that trip, Drew Agnew said that you're wrong.
No, can I say your beard? I don't know if you've done anything different. It looks better today.
Oh, now it suddenly looks better when someone.
No, I was thinking this before the Drew comment came out. Your beard looks more tame today. It's not as wild and all over the shop today.
Do you think that some days I just trim it up a bit, and possibly other days I just don't?
Well, this is the thing. Every time I've seen you, you just don't. So
I had to let it. Also, I had this part where it like under here, can't really see it properly, but I had to. It was growing. Like there was a spot where nothing was growing. Right? Well, no, it was. I could tell like it was growing in like a little V, like a tiny V when I started growing out. This is the other thing, tiny little V spot, and it was just like I could tell like it was growing, but it was growing at like a tenth of the speed as everything else. And I have no idea like why hair would do that and what the reason is or anything like that. But then I had to sort of, I think, let it. I was like, I have to let it all go, so this part could grow in, and then like shape it around it. Anyway, hashtag beard watch. Hashtag beard watch. We should all grow beards. How do Ash? Have you? What's the longest you've let it go? Let's just.
Not good.
No, not good. No. How's it go? Do you get?
It just kind of just strands. I don't know.
It's strands.
Yeah, it's not as thick as yours. Okay. Thin. So. Okay.
And what did you say you like? Neckbeard, Kieran?
Just a neckbeard. Nothing grows on my face. It's just very thin and yuck. Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't do that then.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's about my stories this week. Anything happening in your life, Ash?
No. Pretty.
There it never is. You're fucking
pretty usual tame week this week. Nothing at work. We got a new pope this week. Did you see that?
Sorry, for a second my brain was like,
let's work to beyond me.
Yeah, American Pope.
Let's see how long it takes before JD Vance kills this guy.
Well, he won't kill this one because that was the whole. I think he's.
Did he specifically come out and score?
I think JD Vance killed the one to try and get this guy in. I think that's.
I know he's a bit too left for JD Vance. I think
Trump's going to convert him.
Well, this is the thing, no, because he said he's like apparently since he became a cardinal, he's like tweeted like 5 things, and like several of those things are like anti-Trump. Which,
irony.
Yeah, is probably bad for Mr. Trump.
Well, he probably doesn't like Trump because Trump was the one who posted that AI picture of himself as the Pope. Can I say also, hold on, I just remember my story I should share on this podcast, not the other one. Started a new D&D campaign with some of the people at work last night.
Again?
Yep.
Started again.
2, right?
Attempt
number 2. I just want to say how wild it is. So we all wanted to create pictures of our characters. We all just used fucking AI shit to do it because who cares for this, right? It's just shit. But it is wild that while I'm walking around Melbourne, like this is my character.
Yeah.
Is it wild you can create shit? Like, no wonder people are using this shit so much. Anyway, the world's ending, but anyway, it was pretty cool for this one. Anyway.
Yeah, how much energy was used to generate that picture?
Yeah, I'm killing Earth, but I got a D&D character, so.
No, I can't just imagine in your head like normal people.
This is how it started. So I think I put in the prompt. This is the original picture it gave me. This one here, right? Because my prompt was teething that looks like Han Solo crossed with a samurai. And that's what it gave me. And then you just do the little like, change this, change that. But AI does weird shit too sometimes. I attempted to like put a different sword in his back. I couldn't get it right. I'm like sword in sheath and back, and it's just like a sword floating not attached to the body in the background. And then no, remove that. And then it's just like rubs out the sword, but the sheath's still floating in the air. I'm like, ah! Like, AI dumb, AI bad. Yeah. The funniest thing to me though was, so one of the people I was playing with last night never played D&D before, and I just lost my shit laughing. We get to the first thing, and he like it's like, I don't know what, he's just using the like one of the first campaigns or whatever, like dungeons in the main book or whatever. But it's just like it's like, oh, you approach this fucking really old door, like whatever else, and it's like the most like you've never played D&D thing before. It just goes, I open the door, and then the DM's like, you attempt to open the door and your hand scars. I'm like, you don't just go around just opening doors, man. Like, you gotta look for traps. You know what's going on. You lost 2 HP and that you haven't even rolled a dice in this game yet.
That's a bit rough. Like from a balance, that's a bit rough to like not even have like a check for like a saving throw to try and.
Oh no, he failed it.
Yeah, he did. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so he rolled a dice then.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I nearly died. I got down to 1 HP in our first battle, so that was quite good.
Level 1 battles, yeah, they do that.
Yep. Rolled 5. Rolled. I think I got 3. Rolled, and then I got, so every single attack was below, I think, an 8. I did not hit once. It was great. Love that for me.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Daldir is my character name, by the way. Daldir.
Daldir. Inspired by the main character of Infamous Second Son, Del. One of your favorites. Yep.
No. Yep. Inspired by the
wear beanie.
Fantasy name generator and clicking buttons until I found a name I liked. Also,
are you playing, or is it just your phone doing all the work?
Well, no, I'm using. So everyone else has their character sheets, right? They print them off doing it properly. I'm using D&D Beyond.
No, that's not even doing it properly. D&D Beyond is way more useful now than fucking.
Yeah, I'm using D&D Beyond, and I'm like trying to convince them all to switch because I'm like, this shit is so fucking easy and helpful. Please, everyone, switch to this thing. Because even like when I created my character, just like the simplicity of like, you know, so you just like, it takes you through page by page.
Yeah, it takes you through making it like it.
Yeah, it's like you select this and it adds up all your points without you having to do any maths or anything. And
the thing that annoys me about physical character sheets is the moment you have to change your health. The moment you take damage,
scrub
and you have to write down new health, and then you erase it, and then the page looks messy. It looks gross. Just take an iPad or whatever you want to do on your phone, whichever.
First time I took damage, I was like, oh, I wonder how and then I clicked on my health. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I just negative, delete. And then when I drank a potion, I was like, +5. You know, like I was like, this is fucking sweet.
Yeah, it's literally just a case of just people need to, Even if you still want to, like, you don't want to use the digital dice, perfectly fine. Just use it as
I use real dice still. But,
use real dice, but just, use it as a character sheet.
Even just like, you know, scrolling along to what's in your inventory, and I was like, oh, what do I roll for my greatsword? Just being able to like click on it and just having the information there. So it's pretty helpful, I think. Also, I broke my sword. Slightly damaged it. So apparently it's now doing 1 less damage. But then it's just like I can have I just put that in my notes somewhere.
That's brutal.
Yeah, no.
This is a real brutal fucking hard DM. Like fuck me, I don't know.
The Zelda.
Yeah, just adding mechanics in that, you know. Yeah, okay.
No, he was like, I'm house rules on doing this. If he's like, if you're rolling that one, your sword gets damaged. I'm like, great. There's 2 new people here, but that's all good.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? It's like, it's very, yeah. It makes like, I get Nat 1s, people wanting them to be super punishing, but at the same time, I don't know. I always have the outlook as a DM, or when you play D&D, it's like, don't punish players for no reason. Like, even like a Nat 1's a pretty average, shitty reason. Like, if you find like a cool way, like story-wise and thematically, to like make it hard, like to put like a negative on your players, sure, but arbitrarily, yeah, being like, shit's broken because you accidentally rolled a Nat 1 is,
I didn't mind it because I legit forgot that it even happened by the time we entered the next combat, and so did he. So no one called it out, and it took until like.
So if nobody's gonna, if he's not keeping track of the rule he implemented, there's no reason for it to be there. You know, like fuck me. It's
I remember by like the last combat counter we did, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to be doing that 1 less damage. Anyway, I'll try to remember that now. Anyway,
rough.
Yeah. Yeah, very good.
So when we're doing Tales of the Theldon season 2?
Not in the moment.
Kira was trying to organize D&D for ages, and I said yes. You just need
yeah, and then I'm like super cool. Like I've literally just called kind of pause on a campaign I was running this week because I'm like just super cooked on. It's not even like running sessions, easy as shit. It's just preparation. Preparing is just there's been several occasions in the last couple of weeks where I've sat down to do something and then I'm like, I can't be fucked, or I can't, put in the effort to make this good enough for me for what I want to do. And like I'm a good enough DM, or I think maybe this sounds a little arrogant, where I can keep pulling sessions out of my ass and keep making stuff up as we go. But I don't feel great about doing that all the time.
That's what I said. We should, if we're doing stuff for fun, we should definitely just be using we should just do some of the.
You see, that's the thing. Even then, this is the thing. The campaign I've just paused started as a pre-made, and then I adjusted it because
then you're like, I don't like this.
Yeah, there's been to it. I'm like, I don't like this, and then I did a session where I changed a bunch of it, played that session, had a lot of fun in that session. Was like, man, this is so much better that I have full control over everything. I'm just going to start adjusting everything and fixing everything and changing everything. And then
you're back to square one.
Yeah, then you're back to square one where I'm like, oh, well, fuck. I think I'm at the point in the moment where I'd rather be a player and just enjoy myself and turn up to sessions and just...
I reckon Ash should be a DM. That would make my day. I want to see him describe the weather.
So...
Walk into a building. There's stuff in there.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right, I rolled a nat 20 on my investigation check. What's happening?
There are several people in this room.
Nice.
Roll for initiative. They're all ninjas.
They're all ninjas.
Fucking hell. All right, on that note, let's record our kick.